Hello friends, welcome to the lesson 7 of vocabulary. So I am actually dedicated towards improving your vocabulary and I want you to score band 7 or 8 in writing and speaking. So because of that reason, I have just started with my vocabulary lesson. In this lesson today, I am going to talk about 10 words and the first word among all is jubilant. Jubilant means feeling of expressing great happiness and victory. So if you have won something, if you are extremely happy, so it means you are in jubilant mood. So jubilant, when you are extremely happy, elated, ecstatic. For example, the boy was jubilant, the boy was ecstatic, the boy was elated. Okay, so the boy was extremely happy to be with dad he loved and away from an overly strict mom. So his mom was quite strict, so he just wanted to remain a little away from her and he wants to be with his dad who loves him the most and he is the lenient as well. So that is the statement. The boy was jubilant to be with dad he loved and away from an overly strict mom. Another example that could help you to understand the meaning of it is graduating college is one of the most jubilant times of my life. So graduating college means the day when you complete your graduation or the day when you have your graduation ceremony. It is one of the most jubilant time. Jubilant means the beautiful times, the quite happy moments of your time. Okay, so obviously graduating college was the jubilant time. So jubilant is extremely happy, very happy, ecstatic, elated, over the moon, on the seventh heaven, on cloud 9. So you have so many words. So next time make sure you don't use happy, you don't use very happy. You have so many different words that I have taught you and I hope you start using those words now. The second we have is deleterious. So deleterious means harmful or damaging. So harmful is a very common word that we keep on using in our daily life. So I just want you to start using another word that is deleterious. So don't say harmful, say it's deleterious for your health. It's damaging. For example, these drugs have a proven deleterious effect on the nervous system. So on the nervous system it has harmful impact. So harmful means deleterious. Okay, so instead of deleterious you can have another word that is detrimental. Detrimental and deleterious, both of these words have the same meaning, that is a harmful effect. So don't say harmful, it's deleterious, it's detrimental. Correct? So the now third we have is efficacious. Efficacious means something which is useful. Okay, so when you have this useful, it is worthwhile, it is fruitful, it is effective. So whenever you want to say it's useful, so why it is useful? It's efficacious, it's fruitful, it's worthwhile. Okay, so learn these words, keep them on your tips. Fruitful, useful, efficacious, worthwhile. Okay, and the example of it is yoga is very efficacious at reducing stress. So here I have used very purposefully. Instead of very, what else can you use? So whenever you have very, you can use extremely. So don't say very, it is extremely. So yoga is extremely efficacious at reducing stress. Okay, means effective. Another example we have is everyone knows the most efficacious way to lose weight is by reducing calorie intake. So if you want to reduce your weight, everyone knows what is fruitful, what is useful is just reduce your calorie intake. Okay, right. So the next we have, it is baffled. Baffled is perplexed or puzzled. So when you are confused, when you say I'm confused, I'm puzzled, I'm baffled, I'm perplexed, I'm bewildered. For example, the complex puzzle. Complex means the tricky one. Okay, it's not easy one. So the tricky or the complex puzzle baffled me means confused me, puzzled me. So the puzzle puzzled me basically. Okay, for several hours before I could connect all the pieces. So I had so many pieces in a puzzle and I was just trying to fix them up. It took me several hours to connect it, and before connecting it took me several hours, and that puzzled me, that baffled me. The next we have is exasperation. So exasperation means irritation and annoyance. So that is a kind of very beautiful word when you are in the kind of situation when you feel quite annoyed, irritated. So to express those feelings of annoyance, feeling of irritation, you can very well use this word exasperation. Okay. For example, in exasperation, Smith looked at his broken car window. So since he was quite irritated, he was quite annoyed, so he was in exasperation. Okay. Another example that I have taken is after waiting forever at the drive-through window. So drive-through window, when you are driving and on the go, you just tempt or you just think of grabbing something to eat quickly. Okay. So what is the situation? After waiting forever. After waiting forever means after waiting for a long time, where at the drive-through window. So after waiting at the drive-through window, I threw my hands up in exasperation. Threw my hands up in exasperation when you have this. Okay, so these kind of expressions, and drove away without buying any food. So I was quite annoyed, I was quite irritated. So in exasperation, I just threw my hair like this and I went away without taking anything. Okay, so the next word we are going to discuss now. So another word we have is encroachment. Encroachment means entry into another's area without right or permission. Okay, so if you are visiting any restaurant, if you are visiting any office, you might have seen there are few cabins which are only and only made for the staff entry. You cannot enter into these places. So if you are not allowed to enter in and then you are getting into it, so that is called encroachment. And it could be anybody's. If you are illegally entering into someone's home, if you are illegal entering into someone's farms, anywhere, so that is called encroachment. Okay, so I'm just taking an example of it. The workers were charged with forest encroachment and illegal logging. So they encroached into the area that they were not allowed to, and at the same time they were cutting the trees. So cutting the trees is known as logging, so that is also illegal. So they were charged, they were fined for that as well. Okay. Another example, when my neighbors told their party goers to park in my driveway without asking me. So that was my driveway, but what they did, my neighbors, they asked their party goers to park their vehicles at my driveway, and that too again without my permission. So they made the decision to encroach upon my property. So to encroach illegally without taking permission, if you are entering into someone's place, that is encroachment. Right. Another word we have is equilibrium. Equilibrium is a state of balance. Okay. So state of balance or stable situation, that is equilibrium. For example, stress is not good for mental equilibrium. So mental balance. So when we talk about mental balance, so stress is not good for it. So I have taken this word not good willingly. So instead of not good, what else can you write? If you remember, we discussed this word today itself, that is detrimental, deleterious. So stress is deleterious for mental equilibrium. So deleterious and detrimental means harmful, and instead of harmful sometimes we write not good. Then we keep on searching what else can we write. Okay, not good means harmful and harmful means deleterious. So stress is deleterious for mental equilibrium. So whenever we talk about equilibrium, in these days people struggle a lot to maintain an equilibrium between their personal life and their professional life. Right? Another word we have is substantial. Substantial is a good amount of something or fairly large. So a lot of means substantial. Many means substantial, but substantial is basically collective. When you are talking about something as a collective, a group, and that too again it is quite large amount. So that is substantial. For example, a substantial number of people commute to work each day. Substantial number of people means so many people, a large group of people, they commute daily. So Don't say a lot of people, you would better say a substantial number of people. So that can very well be talked about when you just talk about a lion's share of society favors it. So a substantial amount of society, a substantial number of people favors it. Right? Another example of the same substantial is, after winning the lottery, the family won a substantial amount of money. So when they won the lottery, they won substantial amount of money. They get huge amount of money in which they didn't know how to spend it all. Okay, so substantial can be used for anything, for people, for money, could be anything, a lot of. Another we have is prohibition. Prohibition is the noun and prohibit is verb. So prohibition means an act of forbidding or disallowing something. Allow means giving permission. Allow, and this is an opposite of it. Disallow. Disallow, not giving any permission. So when you are not granted permission for anything, that is prohibition. Okay. So an act of forbidding, forbid, say no. Disallowing, the same thing. For example, my mom placed a prohibition on watching television during dinner. So when we take dinner, we all together. So my mom disallowed to watch television at the time of eating. So it means my mom placed a prohibition. Right? The last word of this lesson is beeline. Beeline means very direct or quick path or trip. When you go where to go, and straight away, strictly you go that place without having a look here and there. So you don't look here and there, you just straight away focus on the place and you go straight without having a look at anywhere quickly. That is very direct, means straight and quick path without looking around. For example, after making a beeline to my favorite coffee place. So my favorite coffee place, I was desperate to go there. I was desperate means I quickly went there straight without looking around, and when I reached there, I was devastated to see it was demolished. Demolished means knocked down, destroyed. So when I reached there, I was shattered. I was disheartened. So devastated means I was broken, means I felt disappointed. So I was disappointed, I was shattered, I was disheartened when I got to know that my favorite coffee place was demolished, was destroyed, was knocked down. Okay, so beeline, straight. Another example, I hope that example will make it more clear to you. Once I got home from a long day at work. A long day at work means it was very hectic. I kept working since morning till evening. So I made a beeline for my bed. So once I reached home, I went straight to my bed for relaxing because I was extremely exhausted. Okay, so I hope these words will help you out, and I want to watch this video again and again so you have all these words on your tips. You'll start using it. If you like this video, you can share it with your friends so they also can learn and watch these advanced vocabulary words. And don't forget to subscribe the channel so you get a notification, a quick notification that the new video is uploaded and you can watch it immediately. So keep learning with me. All the best.